that was hard. The shock stage is gonna be the hardest, the most, how do I explain it? You could give me so many negative words right here: stress, anxiety, horrible. But that's not all. We're gonna come to stage 3, adjustment, which is going to be the longest stage. But the markers are, again, thank you, Rob. Oh, they're beautiful and they're broken. No admiration, no glowing imagination of perfection, and no criticism, any negative feelings either. They're just facts. They're just different. You know, oh yeah, that's different. Again, you have a balanced view. You're calm now. You've seen both sides of the argument, and you've come to that balanced view of your own culture and the host culture. They're beautiful. I see that. I'm not denying it as I did in stage 2, and they're broken, which I denied in stage 1, the honeymoon. Defining markers, let's make some changes to go from here to there. I have had my share of shock, which we made a long list of in the last segment. What are we going to do? We're not going to just sit here and let the grief, let the isolation or the anger consume me. I'm going to make some positive, constructive changes to go from the stress of the stage 2 to a more constructive future. I'm going to take ownership of my own well-being and my own future. Host culture and home culture now, remember the scale? It tilted a wee bit, and now we go back to, they're equal. Adjusting the external. Remember we talked about identity crisis. Who am I now? Really, who am I at the core? Instead of changing who I am completely and lose the core of my being, I now learn to adjust the external of my identity. I don't lose the unique part of myself, but I'm changing how I express that according to the new culture that I'm in. And now you might feel like you're losing a part of yourself, but just you wait, you will end up gaining so much more in the end. In the end, you'll feel, I've never known I could do this. I've never known I could develop this part of myself. And in the end, you'll feel I'm a more complete version. I'm a more mature, more calculated version of who I am. Instead of just being the mindless object that's being shaped by my culture before, that instead of being influenced by forces that was invisible to me, I now can see what was influencing me, what was shaping me, and I can make the decision of what do I allow to shape me and change me. That's very empowering. And it is also the most rewarding part. It is really, really hard. It's so long. There's so many skills you have to learn, so many facts. Of the volume of information is just horrendous. And yet, it is the one area, this is the one stage that if you accomplish, it is just the best ever. If you leave after you've done all the hard work of adjusting, of finding yourself, of expanding yourself, and you leave the host culture, how would you feel about yourself, about the host culture, and about your own culture where you come from? What would you describe? How would you describe your experience abroad to people back home or your friends from the old times? Would you recommend being abroad to them? Or would you try not to go if you can, try to avoid it? What will your attitude and opinions be about being cross-cultural in general?